CM 365, all about Carnatic music. Today we look into a very common ragam, something which all of you are very familiar with, which is Kalyani, and it is the most popular raga, I would say, in the Pratimadhyama category. Just like Shankarabharanam is very important in the Shuddha Madhyama category of Melas, we see that the Kalyani occupies a very important place in the Pratimadhyama ragas. And here again, we could say that both Shankarabharanam and Kalyani are like Shiva and Shakti, in the sense that the name itself is also very symbolic. You would have seen Shankara Bharanam, and for Shakti, the name Kalyani. Kalyani itself symbolic of goddess here. And this is also known as the Mecha Kalyani, based on the Katapayadi Sutra. To fit into that, it has been given the name as Mecha Kalyani and is the 65th Melakarta. Let us look at the notes taken by this ragam. Sari ga ma pada ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa pa ma ga re sa ni sari ga ma pada ni re ni da pa ma pa sa ni sa ni pa da pa ma ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re ga da pa ma ga re pa ma ga re sa. So it's one of the important ragas where all the kind of gamakas which I was talking about earlier in one of the episodes, like the Kampita, Janta, Spurita, Dhatu, all kinds of combinations are possible in this ragam, and they also lend aesthetic beauty. However you combine the notes, they sound very beautiful here. And this is also been mentioned in the Asampurna Mela Paddhati scheme, and among the 19 Purva Prasiddha Melans, this is one of them, and it has been mentioned as the last among these Melas. Coming to the Trinity, obviously because of the fact that this is such a popular and important ragam, all the three of them, the Trinity, have composed compositions in Kalyani. We see that Dikshadhar has composed 11 compositions, Tyagaraja has composed 19, and Shyama Sastri, in spite of the fact that we have only about 65 plus compositions of his available, even in that we see that there are 9 compositions of his in Kalyani. And Dikshadhar has very beautifully woven the Raga Mudhra Kalyani in some of his compositions, like in Kamalambam Bhajare, you see Kamalam Bam Bhajare, where it comes like Nitya Kalyani Katyayani. So Nitya Kalyani, that name Kalyani, the Raga Mudra is woven beautifully in that Kamalambam Bhajare that he has composed. And if you look at the history also, we see that among the Pratimadhyama ragas, this is one of the earliest to be discovered. And the Tamil Pan, you see that Arumpalai is equal to this Ragam Kalyani. We know that in the Tamil music we had many pans, and we have also found some equivalent of that in the ragas. So that way, for this particular Kalyani, we see that Arumpalai was the pan earlier. And coming to the Janyas, there are about many Janyas, I would say about 120 Janyas could be derived from this Ragam Kalyani, and the popular ones of course are Hamir Kalyani, Yamuna Kalyani, Saranga, Mohana Kalyani, Amrita Behag, and so on. Mohana Kalyani is very interesting. It is of much later origin, not at the time of the Trinity, but it came much later through the compositions of Muttaya Bhagavatar and others, where you see that the Arohanam is that of Mohanam and Avrohanam is that of Kalyani, like Sari ga pa da sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa Sari ga pa da sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. So this is you would have seen the composition Siddhi Vinayakam Seveham Varam, a composition of Mudhra Bhagavatar, and also of course the beautiful Tillana of Sri Lalgudi Jayaraman is another composition in this ragam. And if you look at the compositional forms, you see that right from the Geetam we have so many compositions in this ragam Kalyani. You must have heard Kamala Jadala Vimala Sunayana, or the famous Varnam Vanaja Kshiro Ivira. Also some more compositions, just the starting line for your recap. Nammiva Chinanam Nayamuga Isha Pahimam Jagadisha Pahimam Etavunara, or Nidhi Chayala Sukama, or Himadri Sute Pahimam, or Kamalam Bam Bajare, or Unnai Alal Veregatile Amma, or Garnapate Mahamate, Garnapate Mahamate Gauri Kumara Mapahi, or Pankajalochana Pahi Moran Tage, or Ramani Vadu Kundubu Konavoshi. Like this we could keep going on and on, because of the fact that every composer for that matter, from the time of the Trinity or before that or even till date, we see that if there is a composer, he would have definitely, most probably I would say, have composed at least one composition in Kalyani. So that way Kalyani is a very, very important ragam in the Pratimadhyama category in Carnatic music.
CM 365, all about Carnatic music.